Hey guys, Greg here. So this week was spent mostly in Montreal. My brother flew in to visit a friend of his that lives there, and I was passing through Quebec at the time, so we figured we may as well meet up and do Montreal together. Now, a little disclaimer before I begin. The camera I've been using is just the camera in my phone, and my phone really glitched out while I was in Montreal. So unfortunately, I lost most of my pictures from this week. So for this video, you're gonna have to put up with looking at my face because I don't have a lot of pictures to show. Anyways, Montreal is awesome. Possibly my favorite Canadian city, for a few reasons. First, and most notably, is it just has a really fun vibe to it. You know you're in a cool city when you're having fun just walking around. Second is their metro system is amazing. I mean, I guess I'm really just comparing it to Calgary, to be fair, and Calgary has one of the worst public transportation systems ever. But yeah, the Montreal Metro is awesome. It's all underground subways, you're never waiting more than 2 minutes for a train. It's great. Number 3 are the cool old buildings. I mean, I'm a structural engineer, so I love really cool old architecture, and these old giant stone buildings, they give a certain life to the city, and they're what make the city beautiful. So I did quite a bit in Montreal. I spent 5 nights there, which makes it the longest stop I've had so far on this journey. Here's some of the highlights. Having a smoked meat sandwich at Schwartz's.
The Force? No. The Schwartz.
One of the greatest sandwiches I've ever had in my life. Walking up to the top of Montreal Park, where they have an overlook of the city. Walking around Old Port and Old Town Montreal. Lots of cool buildings by the water, especially Notre Dame Church. Actually went to see a light show there they call Aura. It was an incredible show, but all too short at about 20 minutes. But the church was beautiful regardless. Also had some Montreal bagels. Delicious. And other than that, just hit a lot of bars. When I have a place to stay and I'm not spending money on gas, my budget allows for some more conventional types of fun. Bar hopping on Crescent Street was a blast. And there were a couple other great spots as well. DDC was my favorite bar in Montreal. Montreal was great, but there were some certain things that I really didn't like about the city. Although none of them are really specific to Montreal, it's more just problems I have with Quebec in general. I won't go into it now because I did a video about it last week. The link's in the description. But all in all, Montreal was a ton of fun. It's the biggest city I've stopped in so far. It was so nice to have a place to stay for a while. 5 nights is a lot though, and when it came time to leave, I was definitely ready to leave. Next up was Quebec City. Fuck Quebec City. It's such a cool place filled with rich history and old architecture, completely and utterly ruined by tourism. Old Quebec, the cool part of Quebec City, is surrounded by a fortification. There's a wall around it. Never have I ever seen so many annoying tourists crammed into one place. Huge lines for everything. More tour buses than cars. Crowds like crazy. So fucking annoying, I didn't bother spending a single night there. And at this point, it dawned on me that having favorite cities or just favorite places in general is really kind of silly. My experience of Montreal was amazing, which is why it's one of my favorite cities. I also love Whitehorse, Fairbanks, Burk's Falls. I hated Anchorage and Sudbury, among other places. But the reasons that I love and hate these places is based entirely on my 1 to 3 day experience of them. I doubt I would love Fairbanks in the winter, seeing as it's always dark, and I'm sure if I tried, I could find something that I love in Quebec City. I shouldn't base my opinions on places on the brief time I spend in them. But I'm going to anyways. That's part of traveling after all, and especially doing a travel vlog. Without my superficial opinions, I'd have nothing to talk about. Anyways, I left Quebec City immediately. I hated it. I took Route 138 up to Baie-Comeau. This city marks the start of the trans-labrador highway, which will be my main point of discussion next week. Anyways, this week ends in Baie-Comeau. So thanks again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I will see you same time, different place next week.